Right now, we want to go to Araya Katene. She is in Champlin right now, and I understand, Raya, there are people going door to door in that neighborhood. Can you fill us in?
Yeah, Julie, we are still seeing a law enforcement presence here. We have Champlin police officers who are here. We also have deputies and investigators with the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, as well as BCA agents who are, as you said, going door to door and even still going inside the home and the residence of State Senator John Hoffman to what I would assume is still collecting evidence and making sure that they have everything that they need from the crime scene. We're at 109th Place North. This is the block in the street on which Senator Hoffman resides, and of course that's where the shooting took place at about 2 o'clock this morning. We know that both he and his wife were shot multiple times and then they were taken to the hospital. That's where they were operated on, and they are expected to survive. We're not entirely sure of what their condition is right now, but we know that they did get out of surgery. We've also, of course, heard from family members, their nephew, who tells us that their daughter was home at the time as well, and we know that the senator's wife, Yvette, actually jumped in front to protect her daughter from being shot. So, of course, a very horrific scene that unfolded here this morning. We also spoke to a neighbor who also tells me that he actually woke up to the sound of what we now know were gunshots, although he thought that it was fireworks going off at around 2 in the morning. You can imagine just how startled he was. Listen to what he had to say.
Just kind of the pop, 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 and then there was like what looked like a cop car driving down, I don't know what bound this is, but across the street heading kind of this way, with like flashing lights. Yeah.
And this was pretty early on in the morning.
2 in the morning. Yeah, and then I kind of went back to bed tried to, because I was like, oh, it must have been like fireworks, and then the cops like dealt with it and was leaving. And then all of a sudden it was just like cop after cop after cop and paramedics. It was pretty crazy.
And you had said the car looked like what would have been a police vehicle.
Just because it had like the flashing lights on it. I didn't see like make or model or anything like that, no. Yeah.
That must have been pretty scary.
It was pretty intense, yeah, pretty scary. Yeah.
So that was Levi Strand. He is a neighbor of the Hoffmans. He's actually lived in this neighborhood for about 10 years and lives across the street from them. And what he was describing is that vehicle that we've heard from law enforcement now was actually not an official police or law enforcement vehicle whatsoever. It was actually just a dark SUV that this impersonator was driving in order to appear as though they are with the police. And of course, I mean, what a sight to see. But we do want to tell you, Brooklyn Park still has that shelter in place that's still in effect. The city of Champlin has not issued a shelter in place, and so, you know, just keep that in mind. Of course, we know that the suspect and the shooter is still out there at this point. We have a description. He's described as a white male with brown hair, and so, of course, he's still on the run, and we do want you to be very safe. You're asked by law enforcement that if you do see anything suspicious, to make sure that you call in to 911. I also spoke to another neighbor who says that he didn't actually see or hear anything this morning, but he describes this as a pretty nice and quiet neighborhood. So a lot of people here just very startled by what took place. And of course, a lot of people across the state are feeling the same way, guys.